welcome to another World Watercolor Month video. In today's video, I'm going to be covering the importance of creating layers in your watercolor paintings. Layers build up from that basic flat wash and just add a lot more detail to an image. So I'm going to show you kind of how I do it with different layers of colors, slowly building them up, adding shading and shadows, and just kind of the change that it makes from the first stage of the painting to the last stage of the painting. So if you're interested in more watercolor videos, I have a whole bunch of videos from this month as well as more on my channel. I'll link a lot of those down below. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, and let's get into how to create layers in your watercolor paintings. In the first painting that I'm creating today, I'm going to start by laying down my basic colors. I am drawing and painting a camellia flower with a very powdery sky in the background. So I'm just marking off with the basic colors kind of where I want those shapes. Then I'm starting to take another color and create a more defined line on where my clouds are and sort of those puffs that are in the cloud. So you can see that this is a slightly different blue to the original blue that I used in my background. Then on my actual camellia flower, I'm going to take a darker red than the original, and I have let my paint dry a little bit before going on to this step, and I'm marking off all those areas on the flower where the actual petals are. I'm then taking a darker blue and adding a little bit more detail to the sky. And you can see because the paint is dried, this blue is showing up very vibrantly, and it's creating some nice areas of dark and light. I'm doing the same thing on the camellia flower by adding dark edges to my petals, but leaving a little bit of light to come through from the original color that I put down with the first wash. So then, as you can see, this sort of gives the petals a little bit more definition. And then I'm taking the same red that I've been using, but I've mixed that with a little bit of a black to sort of form a maroon. And I'm taking that maroon and just adding extra layers of detail to the petals. I'm now also taking a darker gray and adding some more layers to my clouds. The clouds have had some time to dry, so the colors will show up kind of nicely on top. I'm just loosely going in with my brush. As you can see, the movement I'm making with my brush is very loose. I'm not pressing too hard. I'm not making any like definite defined face shapes, because I want these shapes to be really like the sky to be very puffy and cloudy, the clouds that I'm painting. So I keep taking different blues, even a darker blue, and just adding little areas of definition to the clouds as much as possible. So we're continuing to like build up those layers as this painting is coming together. And even on the leaf of the camellia flower, I'm now going in with that same green, but mixed in with a slight little bit of a black to create a darker green. And I'm leaving gaps in between painting that of the original color. And once again, another layer of color onto the camellia flower, really helping define and bring out those petals. So you can see the difference now in the flower between the first shot and this last shot. And even with the clouds, I'm adding a purple color to sort of also help define these clouds a bit more, making sure that I'm leaving some white on the clouds as well as I'm painting. I'm even taking a dark purple and just doing the base of the clouds to sort of help bring them out from that very blue background. So once again, lots of color coming in, and you'll see the difference between now and the end shot of this. And there we have how the painting turned out at the end. I added a little bit of white detailing with acrylics, and I also outlined my shapes as well with a black marker. And here you can see it in some different light just to see how the layers kind of came out and all the colors are showing through. For the second painting, I'm going to be showing you how I do a face and how I create layers on a face to give it more detail. So I'm starting out with just a basic outline in a dark sort of brown, adding where I want the face to be and how I want the person to look. So I've got that in the brown, and then I'm going to be taking my first wash, which is going to be this cream tone, and I'm literally just going over the whole face with this cream tone. I'm not worrying about where I'm placing it or how much paint I'm using. I'm just placing it down to have that first wash. I'm doing the same with the hair, and I'll also use a nice bright yellow on the shirt for my first wash as well. And then the next step is I am going to paint a bright red in my background. While I'm doing this, it's allowing time for that first wash on the face to dry. I'm using a bit of a blended technique in my background with the red going into a nice orange, and I'm blending the two by keeping a little bit of water on my brush so that the paints kind of shift nicely into each other. And that's what the first wash looks like, the first layer of this painting. And now I'm going to be working in some extra layers and extra details. All the light on my painting is coming onto this side where I'm indicating with my fingers. So that's a side that I want to keep light. So I'm going to take a brown and mix it in with my cream. And as you can see, I'm just making a color that is slightly darker than what I originally used for the first wash on the face. And that is the color that's going to add a little bit of an extra layer, a bit of shadow areas onto the face. So I'm marking that in all on the one side of the face, and I'm using a little bit of water on my brush to blend that color nicely into the first wash. And I'm also doing it under the chin as well, adding a little bit of that same color and then blending with a little bit of water and just marking everywhere that there would possibly be a shadow on the face. So that's already a nice second layer that is added, and it's given the face a little bit more detail and definition, and it's making her look a little bit more realistic than just that flat kind of wash. Obviously, you can do watercolor paintings with the flatness. That's also a different style. So this is just a different style of doing a watercolor painting, and it does create some nice details. For my shirts, I also need to add some shadow onto that. So I'm mixing an orange with my yellow because the orange is slightly darker, and I'm just marking on the one side of the shoulder where I want that extra layer of color to be. And I'm doing as well on the hair using a darker brown just on top of this lighter color to sort of add a little bit more layers and details, helping define things a bit more. And you can see as I'm building up these layers how her face really starts to kind of come out of its shell. And I'm doing the same with the lips. So I'm going to take a red and I'm mixing it with the pink, which is next to it on the palette. And that is what I'm going to use to give the lips also a little bit of an extra layer, a little bit more definition. So I'm painting on the one side where the shadow is, and then using water and just blending that nicely into the second side of the lips. So one side is slightly darker than the other. And then because the prompt that I'm following for this is pickles or pickle, I'm doing a nice pickled detail on her shirt. So lots of green little pickles. And the paint is dry now, so the green is showing up really nicely on the yellow. And I'm just able to paint that layer on. I'm also obviously going to add a little bit of shading to these pickles as well. So I'm laying down my first layer of green and then taking a darker green and doing the edges. I'm also using some white acrylic paint just to add some white details in the eye, a little bit of lines on her lips as well. And that is the finished painting, how it came out at the end. And I think you could see the transition of this painting from start to finish, how the layers kind of building up and how it created a more defined look to this face. And that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you found these tips about layering in your watercolor paintings helpful. And if you're interested in more watercolor videos, definitely comment down below what kind of videos you'd like to see about watercolors. If there are any tips you'd like to know more about, I'd love to know. And yeah, I'll see you again soon for another watercolor video. All the best from me and these beautiful berries.